Hey everybody, it's Dr. Green, the Road Scholar, coming back at you. I'm up here in near Springfield, Missouri. I'm actually in Springfield, Missouri, at the KW dealership. Yesterday, my truck, I was driving it around and had a couple of problems. First thing is yesterday morning when I went to pick up my load, my air pressure, I turned off my truck, turned it back on, no air pressure building up. Odd. It was working just fine before I turned my truck off. As soon as I turned it back on, no air pressure building up. Went around, listened for leaks and everything, couldn't find any leaks. I had enough air pressure built up in the truck to where I could make it around the corner to a dart yard. On the way over there, I hit this bump, everything started working again. Okay, well, went back over, picked up my truck, drove all the way down from Illinois down here to Springfield, Missouri. Parked my truck at a pilot, turned it off, went inside, came back out, turned it on, no air pressure building up. None. I got out, checked around, couldn't hear any air leaks or anything. Drove it on over here to the KW dealership. No, I was parked there and they called in road service. Sorry. They called in road service. And road service came out, they looked at the truck and everything, and they walked around and everything. They said, the air compressor's bad. Okay. So we had it towed over here to the KW dealership. They're going to go over it now. Here's my thing about the air compressor being bad thing. And I don't know what they're going to tell me here. They haven't diagnosed it yet. But if the air compressor was bad, why is it when I hit a bump yesterday, everything started working? Now, maybe there's a loose part in there or something. I don't really know. But it sounds to me like that's no indication of it going out. It came back on for a little while. I actually came back on for like 500 miles, and then it stopped working again. So I've learned at KW before, and actually pretty much any shop, the techs and mechanics nowadays seem to go by these little manuals, these little instructions on the screen telling them, check this, replace it, check this, replace it, check this, replace it. Now, a lot of you guys that watch my videos may remember a couple of years ago, my wiring harness went out up in Ohio, and my truck was down for months because the wiring harness was on back order from China. Well, firstly, they told me it was a sensor, so they replaced it. Oh, well, no, it's something else. Replaced the next part, then the next part. And they finally got up to a whole bunch of little sensor stuff. Then they finally got to the wiring harness. So that was a problem. Replaced the entire wiring harness. Still wasn't working right. Did some kind of software update. Everything worked fine. But don't you know, I got charged for those sensors, the wiring harness, all of that stuff. Valuable lesson learned. It's not that I don't trust the people at KW. I don't trust the troubleshooting system at KW or any shop anymore. So if I go down here and they tell me, well, it's this part, it's this part, it's this part, then I'm going to want to know, I'm going to have to start asking more specific questions. How do we know that? Well, because the thing says to check this. Okay, if you check it and it doesn't fix the problem, I want the old part back on. I'm not going to pay you for a new part if that doesn't fix the problem. Unless you can show me a test that shows that that particular device is the problem, I'm not paying for it. So if they tell me, for instance, the air compressor is bad, okay, show me how many pounds of pressure it was putting out when you tested it between the air pressure and the air dryer. That also, did you check the purge valve before we replace the air compressor? There's a lot of things I want to ask, things I need to know more about, or that I'm definitely not just going to take their word on anymore. Again, it's not the mechanics, it's not the technicians, it's not the people working in the shop. It's the way the troubleshooting system is set up on their computers. So yeah, that's what they're gonna have to explain to me this time, is I wanna know exactly what's wrong with the part. If the air compressor is bad, how many pounds of pressure is it putting out? If it's putting out enough, then why do we say it's bad? You know, if it's not putting out enough, okay, let's replace that. But I'm not gonna have, let's replace this piece, and then let's replace the dryer, and then let's replace the hoses. We're not gonna go through that again. If you replace the air dryer and it still doesn't work, put my old air dryer back on it, unless you can show me what's wrong with the old air dryer. If you can show me there's an air leak or something, or dirt built up somewhere, then we'll go ahead and replace it. But we're not just going to replace it because the book says to, and then go to the next part and replace it. Key point to remember, guys.